Peace, family. Yesterday was Veterans Day. I had completely forgotten. I started hearing stories all day about the sacrifice that these brave men and women made to join the service to protect this country's rights, freedoms, and privileges, and how you have people now fighting to make sure that they get what they deserve for their service. They should be rewarded for it. You know, when I look at that, I say in today's day and age, military service is the worst form of sacrifice and should not be rewarded. But I'm gonna get into that in 1 second. The other day, I did a video that talked about sacrifice and capitulation, and I defined the two. And see, with Veterans Day, I want to speak about just the sacrifice right now, and for people who really deserve to be awarded for that sacrifice. I have a close relationship. I love teachers. These are one of the most selfless people I've ever come across. They take time out of their lives to teach the future generations, no matter how hard-headed, no matter how stubborn, how unwilling these children are to learn. They show up every day to a thankless job. They are underpaid and underappreciated, but take this burden on in the classroom, and they even bring some of the work home. These people need to be awarded and compensated fairly. Anybody that's in the medical field, doctors, nurses, therapists, they study hard to learn the anatomy of human beings, to perform complex surgeries to extend and improve the quality of life. They actually go to school to learn how to put other people's lives in their own hands. And they succeed far more times than they fail. They need to be recognized. You have those people who, some men, who may see a woman in a compromised position, burdened with raising the family on her own, trying to pay bills, and don't try to take advantage of this situation and try to help her through it while still maintaining his own. But unfortunately, we call guys like that simps. I call them heroes, step-in fathers. And there are some women that has done the same thing. They've seen men with broken hearts and tried to love them beyond their pain, make them feel safe to love again and trust. These people need to be awarded. But, you know, when you combine sacrifice and capitulation, that's one of the worst combinations that you can have. And a fictional example of that is Blade, the movie, where some of the humans that became aware of the vampire infestation, you had some that chose to surrender and actually help the vampires conquer mankind. One of Blade's so-called assistants was one of these people. And he was explaining to Blade, he said, you see what's out there, you know what's going on. The likelihood of humanity surviving is almost nothing. So I made a choice. I'd rather choose to be their pet than to be their food. And this is what this man, he not only did he sacrifice himself to his enemy, but he capitulated to him. He'd rather be a pet. The military commitment is almost the same thing. During all these speeches, I'm hearing the sacrifice that these people are putting in. One of the general, whoever this guy was, talking about the military guy that came to him. I don't know what branch it was, Army, Navy, Marine, whatever. But the man came up to him and said, "Sir, I love the service." He said, "This time last year, I wasn't able to buy my children any Christmas presents. I wasn't able to properly take care of them. But it wasn't until I joined the military. Now I'm able to provide for my family." And when he said that, I said to myself, and that is the exact reason why you should never have joined the military in the first place. What was your motivation? You just surrendered yourself. You living in a society where you got jobs that don't pay livable wages, don't offer affordable quality of life, where you could be the husband, the father, the provider that you always wanted to be. You surrendered to the pressures of society, and then you run to the military to finally pay you respectable wages so you can be the father and provider that you wanted to be, but the only thing is you halfway across the world doing it. And these people want to be, see, this is why. I forgot yesterday was Veterans Day. Nothing about this service is commendable. When you have so few people willing to be in the military, and the military paying livable wages, of affordable cost of living, so these people can send their money home, it's not enough people in the community. So when you send money home to your family, yeah, that's a good thing. But her neighbors are not benefiting of this society. The only reason why a person should join the military is because they are living in a society that's where peace and prosperity is abundant, and they're looking to defend that. When your quality of life is so affluent, so prevalent, that there are other people in other parts of the world that may find this offensive and take it personal, and you seek to defend that way, because you know if you sacrifice and then engage and have the ultimate sacrifice where you're either wounded or unalived, you know at least you left something behind that your family can still put food on the table and keep a roof over their head. But to sit up here and sacrifice where only you benefit, that's sad. And see, the thing is, the sacrifice that black people go through, you know, but let me finish by saying this. I was in the military. I was delivering to the post office, talking to this veteran, and he was arguing with me about the glory of the military, telling me about how there's no prejudice in the military. You don't care what color hand it is that's pulling you out the foxhole. He had his best life while he was in the military. But I said, but what about when you was in civilian life? Because the more you talking, the deeper hole you are digging. Because see, when you out in the real world, there is no white economic hand pulling you out of debt. There is no white hand coming and giving you a help when you need it. There's no white industrial hand giving you a job that's affording you a quality, a respectable way of life. There is no white affirmative hand that's giving you awards and promotions when you deserve it for your hard work. The only time you see this is when you sacrifice yourself to fight in the military. You just surrendered from fighting in the society, and you decided to go fight to defend the system that's oppressing your people. So you just might as well, like I said, you might as well be their pet and just benefit for yourself. And you wonder why, and I don't remember that yesterday was Veterans Day, because of the mentality like this. And see, in black people, we could change our position economically, industrially, institutionally, judicially, politically, socially. If we just sacrificed and offered a few dollars to build our own way of life, and then chose to defend it, we shouldn't have to run to no military to get respect in this society. It should already be afforded to you for your contribution already. But, you know, I'm going to say that for another day. So I'm going to end this video here. And these are my opinions. And as usual, leave your thoughts in the comments. And I'll see you in my next video. Ashe.